Well, a lot of people seem to kind of count you out in this fight. I think you said that you were getting a lot of flack on social media from everyone, and that kind of fueled your fire for this fight. How did it feel to kind of prove the critics wrong and get out there and get that W?
Just to make a quick correction, it didn't really fuel my fire. It kind of it kind of took away my fire, because as a person who I feel like I come in here and I do my best to put on fights for the fans. Just to get, like, you know what I mean? Just to get a lot of MMA fans and be like, oh, this guy's going to knock you out, or, you know what I mean? Like that, to me, I was just like, man, then what do I do it for if it's not for the fans, you know? So it turned around and I just, like, I do it for myself, and definitely happy to have it done it in such fashion.
I know that you, earlier at the PI when we all talked to you, you didn't really have a vision or an idea of how it was going to go, and you were kind of just going to let it go. You didn't want to come in with any expectations. But when you went in there, is this somewhere in your mind? Is this how you thought it would play out? Or did you just was taking it as it came?
I take it as it comes, man. I told you guys that the first week. Obviously, like when I put myself into the situation and I kind of put my ego into the situation, obviously I want all my fights to end in a knockout. That's what I do, you know. But I was prepared for everything. I didn't know what I would have to do in order to win the fight. But I do know that, you know, when the time comes, if I touch someone with the left hand, like a lot of times they go down. It's happened numerous times. So, like, you know, I had a little bit of hope that would happen, but I wasn't banking on it. I wasn't, this is what's going to happen. It happened.
When you hit him with that left, what was going through your head? Did you know he was finished?
No, it just, like, it was reaction, man. Like, it was, I don't even think I looked at him. I think I just stepped in and just kind of threw a left just in case he was in the area, and he was. I actually think it was off of a left kick. But then when I saw him drop, like, I kind of took my time because in the past, like, I've rushed into things like the Tyson Pedro fight. I dropped him with a left and I tried to rush him and ended up getting submitted. So I don't know what that guy's been working on, you know? So I dropped him and then I looked at him and I saw that his eyes were all over the place, so I figured I would just go and finish him.
Was that counter something you saw in the previous fights or that he was open to, or was that just pure instinct and drilling?
It's pure instinct, yeah. It's pure instinct. I told someone else, like, we didn't really have a game plan going into this fight, and that was something that was pretty nervous too. Something that made me a little bit nervous is, like, there was no game plan. There was no studying tape. There was no, hey, if he throws this and throw that. Like, there was none of that. It was just like, trust yourself and go in there and do what you do. And that's one of the things. He threw a kick and I counter left.
Now that you have this experience to compare to other fights where you did prepare and watch tape and all that, what do you think? How are you going to move forward? Are you going to continue with this method or
no.
change something?
No, I just continue with the flow of life, man. Like, you know, like, there's going to be things that are going to change, circumstances, places, training partners, but at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to learn. That's the biggest thing, is just learning in this whole thing. I see some of the guys, black belts in jiu-jitsu and stuff, and those guys never stop learning, right? They're always in the gym, and so that's just my journey. And I'll learn something, and next fight week, when it's time to go, like, I'm sure it'll be something different that I've learned and applied to my life. Yeah.
Sorry. What did it feel like? Just that crowd, that 15,000 people, just the shock, and what did it feel like to you?
Like I said, I turned it around this time, because before I would want to do a lot of things for the fans. This time, I just, like, I saw the fans, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh, I'm going to put on a performance. Like, I needed this for myself. So what it felt like was I just kind of, like, knocked a big demon off my shoulder or something. You know, it was just like, boop, like, okay, like, what's next? Like, it wasn't something that was really, like, uplifting, or it's hard to really explain, but it's just like, I don't know if I've dealt with a lot, and so for it to finally be over, I'm not like, hooray, but I'm like, now I can continue to feel like I gotta win, got some extra money, and take care of my family the way that I want to, and move forward and get better and just progress in life.
So it was a different feeling than previous knockouts.
Yeah,
right?
It wasn't a hurrah, it wasn't a, you know, like, it was definitely different. Like, I just feel myself growing and moving forward, so.
It's a great fight.
Thanks.
On a lighter note, how do you celebrate now? Summer's here. What do you do?
Just take my family out. You know, just see them happy, see them smile, and then and then go see my girlfriend. It's been a while. It's been a few months. I had to come do some training and kind of separate. So yeah, man, I'm just ready to just see the people that I love, like, all just like together, you know, and be there with them without having a fight on my mind right now. Yeah, because that's something that I've lacked in, you know, in the past few months, just because I've been so focused. So yeah.
Thank you. Congrats.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.